Hi guys, welcome to Switched On. Paul speaking, and today we're going to be having a look at one of the arcade classics from Hamster, the ACA range. And today is one of my all-time favourite games from growing up, and that is Hyper Sports from KONAMI. Kind of the spiritual successor to Track and Field. And we're just going to see if we can how far we can get here. But just really wanted to showcase this game. Came out in the week. I think it was on Thursday. And first event here is swimming. So you're hammering the run buttons and the action button to breathe. Bad start. You see, every time the breath speech bubble comes up, you slow down. So you have to hit the action button to enable yourself to start swimming again. It's going to be a close finish. Very close finish. Oh! Third. But by hundredths of a second. That's a bit of a shame. This is a great event. Skeet shooting. So you're hitting the left and right run buttons to shoot into either the left or right square. Obviously in the right time as the skeet goes through. And if you lose your rhythm like I just did there. Oh, you should lose your rhythm. You completely lose it. But we got a qualifying time. Their qualifying points are 1,500. We got 2,800. Far cry from the record. So the aim is obviously to get a high score as possible, but also if you can get every skeet that comes out, you get a little bonus. Oh, I missed one. And so when you miss one, sort of the rhythm goes because the speed they come out of the trap slows down, so it really knocks your rhythm off. But we got 4,000 there. We're on the board, on the world record board. So third and last attempt. We've obviously already qualified for the next event. And we're not going to get a perfect score here as we've missed one. Missed 2, 3. Oh, and then see, it's completely gone. And 2,600, our worst score. So we qualified with 4,000. Not a great score. Next event is the, what's this called? The Vault, is it maybe? Just focusing there. I'll talk you through the controls of this one in a second. Oof. 8.95 is enough to qualify for next event. So in this one, you just tap the run button once to start a run, and it just runs at a fixed pace. You need the action button on the vault, action button off the vault when you're at the right angle, left and right on the run button, and try to land on your feet. There is quite an amusing little Easter egg here. If you land on your head, let's try and see if we can do a roll. Oh no, we missed it completely. But yeah, if you kind of land on the back of your head, then you do a forward roll. That's quite funny. So, first 3 events out the way. We get accommodation. This is another great classic event. It's the Archery. So all you got to do here, we've got the we set the wind, which is 3 miles per hour going up the screen. You're holding down the action button to set your angle, which raises the arrow onto the board. So the longer you hold the button down, the higher it will land on the board. But also you need to time it, so you get it in the middle where the bullseye is. That's a nice shot. And obviously take that wind into effect as well. That's going to push your arrow upwards. Oh, we just missed out by 20 points. Really tricky but fun event this. I mean, a lot of these events in this Hypersports game, I don't think have been bettered in many similar games since. I really put Hypersports up there as one of the best examples of this sort of multi-game sport genre. The new Olympics 2020 game that's coming out next year that we've showcased on the channel a bit, it's kind of in the ballpark. But as I say, I think this was the pinnacle for me. I really, really like Hypersports. There's meant to be a remake coming out on the Switch that's kind of gone dead. Oh dear, that's awful. It was showcased in a direct, I think, about a year ago. And it's called Hypersports R. It's also from KONAMI. But, yeah, not heard anything from it since. Whether they're holding it off now to release it around about the time of the Olympics, which would make sense. Oh, we sneak through and qualify with 20 points. gets us to the next event. So this next event is the triple jump, hammering left and right. Oh, that's a great jump. Oh, and there's a foul. That was so close. That was a huge jump in a notoriously tricky event. Trying to get sort of 45-degree angles. That's better. And that will get us qualified 14 meters 77. And that will get us through to the next event. But we want to get those world records. Let's try for a world record. Probably too far back off the launch. Yeah, that may not even be better than our last one. 14.2. That's okay. Now, this is a really tricky event as well. This is the weightlifting. So left and right. Action button when the weights flash. Hold it. And we get 150 kilograms. So that qualifies us for the final event. But now we can see if we can step up in class. Let's try it for 210. So it's a lot harder to hold it. It's really hard with the Switch controller. You really need those like arcade buttons. I don't think we're going to be able to do it. No, we're losing stamina. No, we're not going to be able to do it. It's really hard, like the way you hold a Switch controller. You kind of have to rest it in your fingers and hammer using your thumbs, so it's not ideal. So pole vault, I believe this is the last event. Finger slipped off the button. Never good. And then hammer to go across. We didn't get enough angle to launch us. We just went straight up in the air. So final attempt at 5 meters 60. Holding down the action button. Oh, and there we didn't let it go in time. So that's 3 fouls. And that's game over. But so I think that is the last event. So we've been through all the events there. So you see you can whiz through a game pretty quickly. Got the best score on the leaderboard. And then you can upload that to a worldwide leaderboard. So we'll just have a quick check of that. We'll put that score up there and see where that ranks in the world rankings. 16th, so not too bad. Don't know how many people are on the board, but yeah, 16th in the world with a score of 42,090. Not too bad. So there is Hyper Sports as usual with these hamster games. Loads of settings that you can tweak. You can put on like different screen filters, so you can have the scan lines, like the old school scan lines. I'm put those on actually. Loads of little things you can change, how difficult the game is, how many credits you get, all that kind of thing. So really, really cool game. I don't know if you remember this one. Let me know in the comments below if you remember Hyper Sports from the arcade. Really great classic sports game if you like this one, or Track and Field, which is also out from the Hamster range on the Switch now as well. And so they're both here. So that's a quick look. Hyper Sports are to come sometime. I'll flag that up when that comes out if I've got any news of when that's coming. But until then, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.